The Google Search Console provides a lot of vital information for you and me as a website owner. For example, how many backlinks do I have and where do they come from? But also, do we have indexing issues that prevent pages from showing up in the search engine? And also if there are malicious codes found on your website. Watch this complete tutorial and I'll show you step by step how to add your website to the Google Search Console and understand all these different reports in the Google Search Console. The first thing we do is type in Google Search Console. Here we are, and then we're just going to click on the first result over here. Improve your performance on Google search. Well, that's what we want, so we press on Start Now. And then we need to sign in with Google to go to our Search Console. And then we need to add in our website. We can do this in two ways. We can add in the entire domain, the top level domain. So all URLs across all subdomains will also be automatically included in the Google Search Console. This requires DNS verification, which is not that easy, but you can do with your hosting company. And then we can also choose this method, which is way easier. We can use multiple verification methods, but you can only add in one URL. Well, Matt, I only have one website that I want to add to my Google Search Console. Then click on the second option. We're going to do this one. The first thing we need to do in here is enter your exact URL. Go to your website which you want to add to your Google Search Console. Then go over here, select this entire URL of your homepage, right click on it and press copy. There we go. Now let's get back to Search Console. Then in here we're going to paste in the URL and press on continue. Make sure that the HTTPS or www is also inside of this URL and press continue. Then it's going to check our verification. Then we need to verify ownership, so to tell Google that we actually own this specific website. I'm going to walk you through different kind of options how to verify your ownership. The first one is the HTML file. It's pretty easy. We're just going to download this one. So click on download. Now we have downloaded an HTML file, and that one we will be uploading to our website in just a second. The second option is an HTML tag. If you click on this one, you can see that we have only this to add in to our website. I'm going to show you that also in just a second. Then the third option is Google Analytics. If you are signed in right now with the same Google account that you use for Google Analytics with this domain, you can just press on verify and it will be automatically verified and you're all good to go. If you don't have Google Analytics, but you do have Google Tag Manager, then you can also just press on verify and then it should be verified automatically. Then the last one is the domain name provider. You can also log into your hosting company and add in this to your DNS configuration. It's possible, but it's not the easiest way and it will vary how you can do this per hosting company. So we're not going to do this one. Not going to do this one and also not this one. The easiest way is to adding this meta tag to your website. Now, as you can read, we need to place this meta tag into the head section. That's no problem at all. We just press copy. Then you go to log into your WordPress website. So without using any plugins, we're going to add in this verification code to our head tag of our website. We're going to do this with Divi and with Elementor. First, I'm going to show you with Divi. So we go over here to Divi Theme Options. Then you go to integration over here and you can see the header code. Add any code to the head of your blog, right click and press paste. There we go. We just press save changes and the code has been added to our website. And on the Elementor website, it's also really easy. Just go on the left side to Elementor, then you go to custom code. Click on it. Then over here, we're going to add in our new custom code. There we go. And we're going to add in Google Search Console verification. Select the location head and again right click and press paste. There we are. And then we press on publish and we're going to include it on the entire website. Press save and close. Here we go, this code has now been published and now your Elementor website will also be verified by Google Search Console. Now this is the most easiest way. But if you have another theme or you can't add HTML tags to your website, then we can also use the downloaded file. To do that, we're just gonna click on download file if you haven't already done so, and then you need to log into your hosting company. This website is hosted with Hostinger, but if you have another hosting company, no problem at all. Just look for the button called File Manager. Let's go into there and it should look something like this. Go into public HTML if you see that one, and then you should see these folders, WP admin, content includes, and also all these kind of PHP files. Then we need to upload a file. So in this case, it's this button, upload. Click on it. Then we're going to select a file. And then in your downloads folder, you should see this file, Google and some numbers and letters, and it's a HTML document. Just select it and press open. There we are. Now it has been added to our website over here. And that's basically it. Now you need to keep this file inside of your website during all times. If you remove it and Google Search Console will check it again when you log in, it will say, hey, you need to verify your ownership again. Now, if you've uploaded the HTML file, you can press on verify over here. And if you've used a HTML tag, you can press verify over there, and both should do the same job. So we press on verify over here. And it's now checking our verification methods. Congratulations, you have verified your ownership. Press go to property, and then we are over here. Welcome to your Google Console dashboard. This is the place where everything happens. If you go on the left side, you can see all these things which we'll be talking about one by one. But if you click first over here, you can add even more websites to your Google Search Console if you have them. Just click on Add Property and you can follow the same steps that we've just done. And in here, you can also switch between different properties. Now, when we've just added in our website for the first time, it might take some while until all these things are being filled out by Google. They say just check in a day or so and it will be updated. But there's one thing we need to add in here, and that is our sitemap for your new website. So we go over here to Sitemaps. There we go, click on it. And then we're going to add it in because there's no sitemap submitted right now. Your sitemap is automatically created by your SEO plugin. If you don't have an SEO plugin or you don't know which one is the best, follow this tutorial over there and I'll compare 3 of the most popular SEO plugins and you know exactly which one to use on your website. For now, I'm going to show you if you have RankMath or Yoast to show you where the sitemap can be found. If you have RankMath, for example, you go over here to RankMath SEO and we just go to sitemap settings. Click on it. Then over here you can see this URL. Right click on it and press copy it. And in here we just paste it. And we're going to remove your entire URL. There we go. And it's just sitemap_index.xml. That is for RankMath. If you have Yoast, for example, just go to Yoast SEO over there and we go to settings. Then we scroll all the way down. And on the bottom is the XML sitemap. Just right click on this one and press copy. And then again, just paste in your URL over here, remove the URL so you can only have this one and press submit. Now your sitemap will be submitted to your Google Search Console and Google will look for changes inside of your sitemap. Press dismiss. After a couple of days, your Google Search Console will look a little bit like this. This is not a website of mine, so we can actually walk through it and I can show you anything. Let me walk you through all these things step by step. On the performance tab, you can see how many people clicked on your website while searching for something inside of Google. Very interesting. If you click on full report, if you see this is really bad because the average position of my website is 43.5. That is way buried inside of the Google search results, and my average click-through rate is even way lower, 2.6%, which is really bad. If I'm dependent on search traffic, those stats are really bad. Now the total clicks are the amount of people that actually clicked on the Google search results when searching for something and then your website showed up and then they actually click on it. So you can check this for the last 3 months or even the last 6 months or 16 months, and then you can see if there is something has been changed. And this is very important because now you can see, hey, what changed in the last year? Am I doing better? Is my website growing? Very interesting to see. Now, this website is not dependent on search traffic, so these stats are not good or not bad. These are just the facts. If you are depending on search traffic, this should be way higher, and your average position should be way better than 40. Now, if we scroll down, we can see very interesting stuff. For example, the queries. This means what did people type into Google, what made your website appear. And then we can also see the impressions and the clicks. So you can see that on the WPress Doctor, a lot of people typed it in Google, and then we get a little clicks out of it, and also with WordPress Doctor and, well, all these things. You can also sort it by impressions, and then you can see, hey, on WPress I get a lot of impressions but no clicks. On All-in-One SEO versus Yoast, I have a lot of impressions but 0 clicks. What is going on? This way you can actually improve your posts and your pages for SEO so that this thing will get clicks. Now you can see only here 10 per page, but you can change this to, well, let's say 500 rows, and then you can see an infinite list, almost infinite list of all the things people search on and when your website was showed, but people don't click, or you can use the clicks and you can see what's going on your website. And then on pages, you can see all the pages of your website. How are they doing? There's also a different way to see this. You can click on it like this, and then you go to the performance of this specific page. How does it behave in the last couple of months, for example? But you can also hover over this and press on this button, the inspect URL, or you can just copy this URL and place it in here. Paste it. It's the same thing. If you press enter, you can see that this page is on Google. There are no videos inside of it, and it's searched over HTTPS. If there are problems with this page, it's also right in here, and you will see that one. But let's get back to our pages. Now, also in here is you can select countries. If you see countries, you can see which visitors are mostly visiting this website. And with this data, you can see where all your people are coming from, and you can act according to it. Then we have devices. If you click on this, you can see how many people are on desktop, how many people are on mobile and tablet. As you can see, most of these visitors of this website comes through the desktop, which is very interesting, as people say that more than 50% of your visitors come through the mobile app. But numbers don't lie. This website is visited way more by desktops than mobiles. Why is that? Well, because of the website itself. It is my WPress Doctor website. So people come from YouTube, they are building new websites, following tutorials, and then they might go to my website using their desktop. Then we go to search appearance, which talks about snippets, rich snippets inside of the Google search results, like product snippets or translated results. Now, I don't use these on this website, so what you actually see in here, this is about a tutorial I created in May, and I quickly removed the plugin again from my website, but Google already indexed it and then it got removed again, as you can see. Then we go to dates, and you can see per date how many clicks you have and how many impressions you have. Very interesting stuff in here at performance. Then we go to indexing. If you go to pages, here you can see if all pages are indexed or they aren't. Well, if you can see, 59 pages are indexed, but 125 are not indexed. This is not by definition a bad thing. If you scroll down, we can learn why pages aren't indexed. We have 7 reasons. The first one is alternate page with proper canonical tag. Click on it. Here are different kind of pages which are duplicate content. That means this page actually exists exactly the same, but via a different URL. If you want to see this one, just go over here and press on this button, open in a new tab. If you click on it, you can see that my entire front page of my website is being loaded also with $ET blog, which is duplicate because it's the same thing as when I remove it. This is actually the same. So my SEO plugin, Rank Math in this case, has put a canonical tag on it, which means this page is actually a duplicate of the original page. Now that is very important that RankMath does that, or else I will have duplicate content, the same pages, and Google doesn't like that. So we go back to page indexing. Well, we have this one and we can see why, because WordPress created all kind of different pages which are actually the same, so that's great. Then we have pages with redirect 17. If I click on this one, you can see we have different kind of pages like /sub, #1 VPN, create a logo, FileZilla, all these things that I refer to from my YouTube channel. So you click on it and you go to the right spot where you need to go, or those are affiliate links, could be both, I don't know. All these things are in there. So that's why these pages aren't indexed, because it doesn't add any value to the Google search engine. Now, then we can also see that 2 pages are also blocked by robots.txt. Usually those are just WP admin pages, or in this case WP Rocket and Solid. They might have added it themselves to this website, which is great. Just keep them on there, nothing to worry about. Then we have 1 page excluded by no index. Let's see what this one is. It's the YubiKey, which is also not indexed. Let's see where this goes when I click on it. It's an affiliate link to Amazon. Of course, to buy your security key to get everything secured on your WordPress website. Really great. I don't know exactly why this one is no index and it's not over here with redirect, because it's actually redirect, but okay. Then we have the most interesting over here, which is the not found. 1 page is not 4. If you see this one, you know that you can fix this. If you go to your website, you will see a 404. You got the wrong link, and I can fix now this URL to redirect it to the right URL to fix this one. After fixing it, you go over here to validate fix, and then Google Search Console will check it again for the 404s. Then it will be re-indexed into Google. Then we have over here discovered, currently not indexed. This might mean that this page was found by Google but not crawled yet. So Google wanted to crawl the URL, but this was expected to overload the site. Therefore Google rescheduled the crawl. This is why the last crawl data is empty on the report. So pretty interesting. If you want them to be indexed, press on this one, validate fix. Here we go. And then the validation has been started, and Google will try to recrawl all these pages that are actually discovered but not yet indexed. Then we go over here, crawled but currently not indexed. Those are 24 pages, and you can see why this is. Well, again, this is the question mark ET block, so it will be not indexed. And then we have some different kind of things. We have gear, we have how to speed up a Diffie, all kind of different things that are not indexed, and I currently don't know why they are not indexed on served on Google. So just press on validate fix, and then they'll try to index them in Google. Alright, then we talked about all the reasons why pages are not indexed. Very interesting. And if you want to learn more, you can also click on it. Just click on learn more, and then you get all this information about the Google Search Console and why certain things are blocked. Then we go on the left side to video pages. You can see I have a lot of video pages. None of them are indexed, and 47 are no video indexed. Why is that? Well, it is actually easy. Videos is not the main content of the page. And that's true. On these pages, you can see you can read a lot of text, and those videos are just embedded to support the text. So don't worry, your videos are indexed in Google, but not just from your website. This most of the time happens when you have embedded videos from YouTube, and it's the second biggest search engine on the world. So they work together, but not like this. Don't worry about it. They're still being found in YouTube, so don't worry. Then we go to sitemaps. In here you should see your sitemap and 109 discovered pages. If you click on it, this website has pages and posts. You can see over here the last read was 16 August of 2024, and that's a week ago. If you don't have a blog that's changing every week or every day, then Google will not visit your website that often to prevent server load and their own server load. So you can just leave it like this. Here you can see what URLs are discovered, and if you click on it, you can see the sitemap processed successfully. You cannot see any more about this, but that's okay. All right, let's go to removals. If you want to remove pages from Google, and sometimes you have to do this if you are hacked or if you had some malware, then you can add in a new request, enter in the URL, and press on next. And then it will be added into here. And then you can see if the page will be removed or why not, or why it has or all these things. Just make sure to put it on 404 on your website, and this will speed up the process of removing the site from the Google index. You also have outdated contact and safe search filtering, and you can see if your pages has been filtered or removed. If you can see them on safe search filtering, you might have been hacked, and you can see all the requests in there, and you can validate fixes over here, and then it will revisit these pages if the malicious code has been removed. Then we go over here to page experience. As you can see that my core web vitals are not that good. On desktop and mobile, I definitely need improvement. So let's go to desktop, and you can see that 28 pages need improvement, and it's because the largest contentful paint issue. Of course, I've made an entire tutorial about how to speed up your WordPress website. You can find it over here, and I will walk you through the steps one by one to fix your speed of your website, and it definitely works really well. Then we go over here to HTTPS, and yes, all my website's pages are being served via HTTPS, and it should be on your website. If not, go to your hosting company and get it fixed. And then we go to the site links search box. If you have, for example, a big e-commerce website and people can search through your items, then Google might find it useful for their visitors to just add in a site search box inside of the Google search results when they search on your website. It might be added, it might also not be added if Google finds that it's not that interesting. There's not very much we can do about it, but just implement it on your website and just wait until Google finds it's relevant for its search users. Then we go over here to security and manual actions. Go to manual actions. There are no issues detected. Again, security issues. If you have been hacked, you will see them over here and you can act accordingly, fix it, and then go into here and fix your pages. Then we have over here the legacy tools and reports, which is just only the web tools. And these are about the ad experience report on desktop and mobile. If you're running ads on your website, you can still use this until it's being discontinued. I don't think it's relevant anymore these days. But now let's go to a way more interesting part of Google Search Console, and these are the links. In here we can see the external links and the internal links, which are really interesting. Now we can see that this page has 16 linked pages from external website. If you go over here, you can see the top linking sites from Clickleo, Libsyn, How to Clicks, Amazon, YouTube, CreatorsHub.com. All these things can be found for your website, and you can see where the links are coming from. Now, the top linking sites can be very interesting, especially when you see some things that are not just right. For example, on this client website that I will blur out on this video because I don't like to disclose my clients, you can see that the homepage has 18,000 links. That's really weird, because we didn't do any link building on this page. If we scroll down, we can see websites with most linked to your website. We can see that there's one particular website over here that has almost 20,000 links from one domain. Well, that's a little bit suspicious. So you can dive into this website to see, are these legit websites or are these toxic links which will actually damage and hurt your SEO rankings. If you see these backlinks and they're just shady, so they come from poker, porn or pill websites, it will actually damage your website. Or you don't recognize these URLs at all and someone's trying to black hat SEO you, so your SEO rankings will tank in the long run. You can disavow all these links. How to do that? Well, there is actually a tool for that. So you first need to create a TXT file. So just go to your notepad and type in the URLs that you want to disavow. There is a way to do this. For example, only 2 pages. This is the exact page you want to disavow, or maybe the entire domain. Just type in domain like this one and then shadyseo.com or the page you want to disavow. Then you save this TXT file. There's actually no link from here to go to that place. I don't know why this is, but I couldn't find it anymore, but it's still there. Just go to this URL, search.google.com/search console/disavow links. Now, this is an advanced feature and should only be used with caution, which is very important because it can actually hurt your SEO rankings if you disavow the wrong domain. Click on your property that you want to disavow it, and then we press on Upload Disavow List. upload it, and then Google will take care of the rest. It still works. Remember, this is an advanced feature and should only be used with caution. Then the last thing in here are the settings. If you go to here, you can see all the information about your website. And if you want to migrate your website to another URL, I don't know, for some reason, you can press on this change of address, and then you can add in your new website. Just make sure to add the property in here first, remove them, and then most of your rankings will continue on the new domain. Most of it. If you enjoyed this in-depth tutorial, you might also like this Google Analytics tutorial and also this one about Google My Business.